All right, was the property in compliance with all town ordinances?
Past work has been done improperly.
Or are they in compliance with any of, with the current town ordinances?
No.
What town ordinance violations did you find?
I have violation under building IRCR 502.2, IRCR 502.3.11. That's for building code section. Mechanical, I have M 501.5, M 501.7.3, M 1602.2, N 1103.2.2, M 1601.3.1, M 1601.1.1, and M 1501.1. Those are mechanical code violations. Electrical, the room where the electrical panel was located was closed off, so we were not able to look at the electrical panel. But there are numerous places in the home that needs to be brought up to the 2008 National Electric Code. And I have plumbing code violations also I can list. 305.6.1, 601.3, 308.5, 406.3, 707.1, 901.2.1, 404.3, 503.10.2.3. And also local town ordinance 14-302, which is failure to maintain.
Okay. When when this inspection of the property, were photos taken?
Yes, sir?
I'll direct the committee's attention to the photos related in that packet, as well as the witness that was already been marked as Exhibit A. Ron. Can you just briefly summarize those photos real quick?
So the first photo you see is a picture of the stop work order posted on June 9th. This was posted after a walkthrough on June 8th with all of my inspectors. The second picture shows, it's hard to tell in the picture, but that roof over the new addition is, it's bowing. The back deck is not in compliance also. The third picture, you can see holes in the siding, which opens up to the interior of the house. Next picture is more of the same. You can see additional holes in the siding.
Okay, we don't have to
Okay.
go through all of them. I would make the record reflect that, again, this, copies where these were sent to the homeowner. Was a citation ever issued for this property?
Yes,
When?
August 18th, 2025.
Was an order given for this property?
Yes.
What was that order?
When was it?
What was the order? It will be in the packet. It was in the notice of
Order
order.
to demolish or repair.
Thank you. Now, was there an effort made to identify all known owners and parties with a substantial property interest?
Yes, sir.
How was that effort?
Via certified mail.
To identify all owners and substantial property interest in this property? Was a title search done?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. We did a title search.
Okay. Now, was notice given to all known owners and others with a substantial property interest?
Yes.
When was that notice sent?
September 2nd, 2025.
And copies of that notice is in the packet that's already been admitted as Exhibit A into evidence. I'll also note to the hearing committee that today is September 18th, 2025, and that this notice of today's hearing and the building commissioner's order was provided on September 2nd and was made before 10 days of today's hearing. I'll also direct the hearing committee to the affidavit of publication that's in the packet marked as Exhibit A, Publication of this hearing was made on September 8th and 15th, each a week apart, and the last publication ran 3 business days before today's hearing. Now, has the homeowner ever contacted you before today's hearing?
Yes,
And what were those communications like?
I've communicated with Ms. Moore via phone call and emails. She is working towards trying to find a structural engineer as requested.
Have they offered a plan, any other plans for this property?
No,
Do you find the plan that was discussed sufficient?
there is no plan submitted yet.
Okay. What is your recommendation to the committee, to the hearing committee for this property?
To make the house become compliant,
And that is compliant with all all ordinance
all local town building codes, yes.
Okay. At this point, I'll ask the hearing committee to affirm the building commissioner's order, and we will, it will be a homeowner's witness. If you have any questions for Ms. Horka, you can ask that now.
No question.
I'm sorry, were you speaking to me just now?
Yes, it's your witness. You can ask any questions at this point.
Well, I did send Veronica an email, almost 3 weeks ago now, in response to an email that we had discussed via phone that I had not realized that was the email she was speaking of, asking her specific questions on things that she gave a general description of something that she wanted inspected, and so I asked her for specifics on that. She has not replied to my email yet. I finally found a residential structural engineer. His name is Bob Block. I spoke with him the Monday, what was it, last Monday, the 8th, when I received the certified letter. However, he wants $2,500 to $3,500 to come out and inspect. Veronica knows I just started working again. I haven't worked except for 6 weeks in the past year.
I'll have to raise an
told her-
objection. This is for questions, not testimony at this point.
Okay. If you can please, please question Veronica.
Okay, are you gonna respond to my email, so that way when I do have the structural engineer come out, I don't have to call him out and spend more money?
Yes, I can tell him the coded deficiencies, the violations that I spoke about today.
Also, you were talking about the hot water tank, the HVAC. As I told you before, I am not reinstalling those. I am going with different units. I'm going with tankless, and I'm going with mini split units.
Again, objection. I have to object. This is a time for questioning at this point.
Okay. We'll ask you those questions when we get to it. So if you have any more questions for Veronica, then we can move on.
Okay, no further questions.
Okay. All right, do any of the board members have any question of Ms. Moore?
She needs to be sworn in.
Oh, okay. Actually, if we do need to swear you in, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Any board members have any questions?
Ms. Moore, when do you intend to have a contract signed to start the process of that evaluation? If the building commissioner provides all the deficiencies of the property, can you give us a date that you'll have a contract signed?
Not at this moment, I do not. I was never given a timeline.
To show good faith to the board, can you give the board a date that you'll have a contract signed to begin remedying the property?
30 days, 60 days?
Let's shoot for 60 days. If I need a little longer, will that suffice if I communicate that with you guys?
I think there needs to be a show of a
Yeah.
start.
Yeah, I would say, you would need to communicate with Attorney Bott. He'll, provide you the information. So, all right, so I have a couple questions. I guess the concern is the areas where either windows or new doors haven't been installed improperly, where they're not airtight, where water or rodents or bugs can get in. What is your plan for that?
Well, as you can see by the photos, I was trying to fix that when the stop work order was put on me. I was trying to make repairs when the stop work order was put on.
Oh.
That's what I was doing.
Okay. Do you have any copies of contracts that you could provide to us that you had, either workers or contractors that were out there to do the work?
Yes, however, they're no longer gonna do the work.
No, but just something that you entered into some type of agreement in writing to show that.
I have a contract with the contractor Eagle Pro.
All right, if you can provide us a copy of that contract before the next meeting with you, that would be great. And then,
That's all I have. I just want to see some kind of substantial
Okay.
step taken.
all right, so I guess, yeah, the contract would be great. That way we can see what type of work that you had intended them to do. And we will see from there.
Yes, because we did not know what was under the house. I mean, until he went to fix that and opened it up, and there it was.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just as blindsided as everyone else. This is the way I purchased the home.
Okay, when did you purchase the home?
It was bought, my father bought it in 2003, and I assumed the mortgage a couple years later after his passing.
Okay. And when was the last time the home was inhabited?
Let's hear, what is, June of 24.
Okay,
And which is why I was in there trying to make repairs, because I had tenants that didn't take care of it.
okay. So you haven't had a tenant in there, how long were the tenants in there prior to them leaving?
I had tenants in there since I came to Arizona, which was in 2014.
Okay, all right, well, that's fair. All right, so,
And NIPSCO is currently on. The last tenant has not taken it out of her name.
okay,
Mama.
all right,
I had had the property winterized, and there was a small leak, which is why I had the water shut off at the main back in March.
okay.
Well, how was the property occupied till June if the water was shut off in March?
25.
Huh?
Was this March of 25 or 24?
Yes.
25
25.
But there was a tenant there till June.
of 24.
Oh, 24, okay.
All right. So, I think the best thing you can do right now would be to give us a copy of the previous contracts you had with whoever was, you were under agreement with to do the work, and the scope, hopefully those contracts state the scope of work that they were to do.
Yes.
Okay,
The original, I mean, again, none of us knew, but none of us knew this was gonna happen.
okay. No, get us everything you have. You know, that'll be a big difference for us. If we knew that you had contracted somebody to make the repairs, then,
Veronica knew that.
okay. All right, we'll see. Let's get this contract. We're not gonna say anything until we see what was actually,
Yeah, I mean, I'm basically having to go in and rehab the house.
okay. All right. Okay, do you need any contact information to email that to?
Yes, who do I need to send that to?
would you, you know what, we'll email you, that might be best, so the phone connection may not be the best,
Okay.
and then we can take it from there. Anything else that you'd like to state on your behalf?
I do have, actually a couple of things that I just thought of, if I can ask those questions. My deck, I got permit for it, it was passed. The roof, I just spent $13,000 on it 4 years ago, and it passed inspection. So I'm not really sure what that's all about. The side of the house, with these holes, the one hole is, the crawl space, which I do have, I did purchase a window, so it can be accessed still, an access panel for that. However, again, with the stop work order, I couldn't do it. I have everything to repair the house, inside the house.
Okay. All right. Is there anybody that has access to the house while you're in Arizona?
Is there any what?
Anybody has access to the house while you're in Arizona?
Yes.
Okay. All right, very good. So, I guess, so if you're saying that the materials are inside the house, you know, that could be, very helpful for us when we go forward what we're gonna do. All right, anything else?
I'm sure there is, but at the moment, I mean, I can't fix this overnight.
Yep. So, as far as the stop order on there, do you know, what was your impression why the work order was stopped, or the stop work order was put in place?
The foundation.
Okay, and is that foundation?
I was told I could not continue with any repairs until a structural engineer came out and looked at the foundation.
And when did you find out there was something wrong with the foundation?
When Veronica and her inspectors came out.
And was that visible, or did something happen before that opened up an area where they could see the foundation was bad?
Well, I had a small dip, so where the addition meets the house, there was a very small little dip, and I wanted it fixed.
Okay.
And now I wish I wouldn't have, because I wouldn't be dealing with this.
Oh, so you opened it up? Okay, so when you opened it up, did our people
Opened
inspected it?
When, the first inspector came out, he approved, Eagle Pro's work. However, when Eagle Pro was tearing out the floor, they accidentally cut a water line. So they had to have a plumber come out. Well, the plumber got his permit, and then the plumbing inspector came out, and he went back in and said, "Oh, no, this will not do." So
Okay.
that's what started all this.
All right, so I think it's gonna take a while. Hopefully you can do it sooner than later, but, one last thing, anybody have any other questions?
No.
Do you have any other comments or questions? Ms. Moore?
No,
Okay.
I'm good.
All right, I would entertain a motion to continue this 60 days and give us an update in 60 days of where you're at. We really need you to get somebody in there sooner than later to shore up any areas where anybody can get into that house.
Well, I would like to do that myself, because I was moving back into the house.
Okay. All right. And Veronica, what do we need to do to stop any work orders?
Well, we first need to see a structural engineer's design and to tell us
Okay,
that
well,
it is safe. And
So,
then-
okay, that's, okay. I
Then you can
understand.
begin working, and I did instruct Ms. Moore via email. She asked if she could secure the house, and I said, yes, absolutely do that. Make sure it is watertight and safe. So I did tell her she could do that.
So I just want to make sure we understand properly. So if she hadn't have started construction on the house, digging up a floor or an area outside, there would have never been Nobody would have known anything about the foundation underneath it.
We wouldn't have seen it.
Okay. So, all right. All right, there's a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, any discussion?
No discussion.
All right, all in favor of the motion to continue into 60 days, please, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. All right, Ms. Moore, you're continued for 60 days. Work with Attorney Bott to see what we can do about, in the meantime, trying to get something where we can hopefully get you in there to at least shore up the building, or the house. What we don't want to have happen is have it get worse over time, especially as winter comes. Hopefully this will be
Yeah,
done before
well,
that.
when Veronica gave me permission, I laid all the subflooring that was already cut.
Okay.
I laid all of that down.
Okay, good. Okay. All right, we'll, yeah, let's, if you can maybe touch base in 30 days with Attorney Bott and let us know where you're at, but you're continued for 60 days.
Okay, will he be sending me, he'll be the one sending me an email then?
Correct. And if he doesn't, it'll be on behalf of us and we'll send one. So you'll be contacted within the next 2 days.
In the next 2 days, okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks. Okay. All right, we'll go to 223 Woodlawn, since you've been waiting patiently.
I'm sorry, it's just I have physical therapy and lymphatic drainage
Okay.
at 4:45 o'clock.
Okay, we'll hopefully be very quick. If you can just, please state your name.
Mary West.
Mary, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay. Attorney Bott, if you want to present any evidence?
Yes. Call Steve Stone to the stand.
Mr. Stell, can we swear you in? Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth? So help you God? Okay.
Say your name, please.
Steve Stell,
Where do you work?
Town of Griffith.
And what is your title at the town of Griffith?
I am fire marshal and code enforcement.
What are your job duties of those?
My job duties are to uphold the fire codes in Griffith, and as code enforcement, I work upholding building, town codes,
Okay.
municipal codes.
Are you familiar with the property at 223 Woodlawn?
I am.
How are you familiar with it?
I've been contacted about the property numerous times by residents.
Okay. May I approach to provide a copy of what we're going to mark as Packet A?
Yes.
Do you recognize those documents?
Finish thumbing through them real quick.
Excuse me, thank you.
Yes, I do.
And what are they?
There are pictures and a letter that I had written about the property.
Do the photos in that letter and everything else truly and accurately depict that letter in the photos of when you expected it?
I'm sorry?
Are they true and accurate depictions of your letter in the photos?
Yes,
of the
they
property? Okay. At this point, I will request that the board entertain a motion to omit the packet marked as Exhibit A into evidence.
Motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion.
May I approach?
submitted. Yes.
Let the record reflect that I handed a copy to the hearing committee members as well as the homeowner in this. Mr. Stone, was an inspection made on this property?
An exterior inspection was made on the property.
Do you know when?
To the exact date, no, I could not give that to you. Looking at the letter that I had sent to the building commissioner, and that was dated 9/3/25.
Can you kind of summarize what you said in that letter?
It summarized that the house has been vacant, and the water's been shut off several years. And right now, the vegetation is starting to take over. I made another inspection today from the outside to look, to refresh my memory. There's trees that are growing up right up against the building, and from my past experience, the trees do damage foundation.
Okay, so you did an inspection, you said just today. Would you say that this property is safe for habitation?
At this time, I would have to say no, that there needs to be some work done.
And why do you say that?
You can't even, walking up to the front door on the front deck, there was loose railings, and it did not feel firm under my feet. And with the amount of vegetation that is starting to encompass the home, an interior inspection would need to be done to make sure that this hasn't caused problems with the water tightness.
And was a citation ever issued?
Yes, the citation was issued on 9/23 of '25
Okay.
for failure to maintain.
As the code enforcement officer, was this property in compliance with town ordinances?
At the time the citation was written, no, it was not.
What town ordinance violations was found?
It was written under failure to maintain for the vegetation. And I'm sorry, that's all I can recall at this moment.
It's okay. Now, at this point, I'll note to the hearing committee that today is September 18th, and that the notice of today's hearing and the building commissioner's order was provided on September 2nd and was made before 10 days of today's hearing. I'll also direct the hearing committee to the affidavit of publication that's in the packet that was emitted as Exhibit A. Publication of this hearing was made on September 8th and September 15th, each a week apart, and the last publication ran 3 business days before today's hearing. What would your recommendation be for this property?
My recommendation would be to get everything cleared up vegetation-wise, so that the rest of the structures can be properly looked at to make sure that they're solid and there hasn't been any problems because of it. The garage currently is covered in ivy and vines, and obviously it needs paint to keep the wood in good condition, which it does not have.
Okay. All right, no further questions at this time.
All right. Mr. Stelk, looking at some of these pictures, I see one from the Lake County Health Department that says unfit for human habitation.
Correct.
Do you know anything about that before we speak to the
Yes,
defendant?
the Lake County Health Department was contacted due to the fact that water had been shut off. And once water is shut off to a residence, you cannot live there.
So that was the reason for
That was.
as far as you're aware?
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there any, you said you inspected the property today, was there any change in the condition of the property between the time these pictures were taken and today?
I did not get up to the front porch. I did a inspection from the alley, but I had been told that the front porch had been at least cleared of debris. But as far as the vegetation, it is now in a farther growth stage, covering the garage and the home.
Anybody else have any questions, Mr. Stelk?
If Ms. West has an opportunity to cross-examine the witness.
I understand you were the other person, I'm not trying to jump in. In April, I was diagnosed with lung cancer. Okay, it's went through and ate my fever, they hollowed out my bone marrow, so I now have a rod and pins in my leg. I go to chemotherapy every 3 weeks, I see my oncologist every week. I go to physical therapy and/or lymphatic drainage, which was tonight.
If I may object, I don't mean to be rude, just to preserve this
No,
record.
but we'll let her tell her story,
Okay.
okay?
Please.
But we'll let her
So I
speak.
still have radiation to go through, okay? I have coordinated through my neighbor, I have someone cutting the lawn now. The front porch was cleared off, I've had somebody remove the debris from, that was clipped and moved to the front in the parkway. So I've had people assisting me as best as I can. I now, after over 4 months of being off work, try to go back to work, get up before 5 in the morning, go manage my workload, as well as trying to periodically coordinate with people to help me at the residence to get rid of things. I am trying. I am really trying. I am not, purposefully being negligent. I just get exhausted. I have side effects from my cancer medication, and that's where I'm at. So I'm not being disrespectful, but I know what, referring to the different things in the yard, I'm gonna have somebody cut the trees down as well. So it's just a matter of timing. So I just have to be able to get a little bit of cooperation with people to cut down the trees and get everything back in order. And then I will definitely, I'm not able to live there right now because I can't go up the stairs. I'm still in therapy. So I stay with someone to make sure my chemo treatments are going okay because I get exhausted a lot. But I am not going to not get the water meter changed out. I want to go back to my house. I don't want to be dependent upon other people. So I'm sorry.
Did you have any specific questions for Mr. Stalk before he steps down as?
Yeah, I guess I do
Okay.
actually, because when the sticker went up, one of my friends who was picking up my mail intermittently, she gave me a picture of it. So I called George O'Donnell at 219-755-3671. He and I had a discussion on June 17th at 12:40. He returned my call, and we had a lengthy discussion. And I explained to Mr. O'Donnell that I would not be able to go back because I couldn't even walk at the time. And in between that time, he said he was gonna reach out and call somebody here at the town and notify them of my status. And I intermittently, however, it's not been during the daytime, but he said, please just keep him in the loop and let him know what's going on. So I also called him on July the 30th at 7:12 a.m. and on September 4th, and, because I don't sleep because of the cancer meds, at 1:14 in the morning. So it's not like I'm trying to be, purposely, unaware of things. It's my responsibility, and I know that. And I do want to go back home, but right now I just can't.
Just, I have no questions for her. At this time of questions and for testimony, we need this, just for records, please. I'm not trying to cut you off and hear your story. I'm just trying to keep the procedure in order. I have no further questions. She's welcome to, it's your witness if you want to move
Yeah,
on.
So when was the last time you stayed at the house?
It's been, I don't know, it's been maybe early in the year.
Okay, and if you went inside the house, is there anything that is making it uninhabitable other than that?
Right now, I'd have to have people, my intention is, especially because when I was just, my leg just
Mhm.
crapped on its own. So, I am gonna have some assistance, and I'm probably gonna get a dumpster and just clear out stuff and just.
From the inside of the house?
Yes.
Okay.
yes. Because I just, I just want to just have things more open, that's all.
Okay.
With that situation, would the board entertain putting this for 60 days just to show some progress? I think she's trying to make progress towards anything. I think for your situation and everything else that we
I think
put a
the
hold
main
on
thing
this.
is the summer growing season for the weeds and everything is going.
And I understand it, and I see it every time I go there, and I do try to be very mindful. I mean, and like I said, I've had people go in there and take off a lot of the brush as it is.
Okay,
And
great.
I do have some pictures that would demonstrate that I have
Okay.
made progress.
So I think that would be the best thing as we're getting into the fall, but, the next 30-plus days or so, if you can just get the outside cleaned up a little bit, so the
Yeah.
neighbors won't complain and we don't get calls, or they don't get calls, I should say.
And no, and I appreciate that, sir.
Okay.
I'm not, and I'm not trying to not be aware of what it is, and I know there's a gentleman that's across the street and at an angle that was just walking around randomly on my neighbor's property just to look over, and it's like, I understand. I obviously, before I was diagnosed with cancer, I had a lot of health issues even prior to that. And then once that kicked in,
Okay,
it was
that's,
done.
all right, so we have a motion, continue this for 60 days?
I put a motion to continue for 60 days.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second, any discussion? All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, no, the motion carries. So I think the best thing would be to communicate with us. Do you have some, do we have your email address or contact information?
Yesterday I left my phone number with Joanna.
Okay. Why don't you get us your contact info? So if we have any questions, we can contact you directly, just to get an update.
Thank you.
So, okay, or we'll give you ours as well, so, okay. All right, the last one is 1201 North Wheeler. Is anybody here to, on behalf of 1201 North Wheeler? All right, I do, for the record, there is no appearance. Attorney Bott, if you'd like to present any evidence?
Yes, we'll call Veronica Horka.
I'm sorry, can I leave?
You
and
can-
discuss
You can
it?
leave.
And how do I get the information to someone? Do you want me to write it down somewhere?
Just,
I have a card as well.
get a hold of me and I'll get you pointed in the right direction.
I can provide her my card as well.
Okay.
No, thank you. I'll just contact you directly, sir. Thank you so much.
I wish you the best. I hope you get better.
All right, back to 1201 North Wheeler. Please state your name.
Veronica Horka?
Where do you work?
Actually, Attorney Bott, we've already had this in prior hearings, so I think we can move on from this.
All right. May I approach to give some documents? Do you recognize those?
Yes, sir?
How do you recognize them?
This are pictures that I had taken of the property in July. It is the notice and order that I mailed. It is a mowing letter and a publication.
Okay. Do they truly and accurately depict the documents related to this property?
Yes, sir?
At this point, I would request the board or the hearing committee to entertain a motion to admit the packet marked as Packet A into evidence.
Make the motion to accept.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Evidence is accepted.
Ms. Worker, was an inspection made on this property?
Yes, sir, June sixth, 2025.
Has the structure been poorly maintained overall?
Yes,
Is the structure unsafe for habitation?
the exterior, it seems to be yes.
Why do you say that?
Overgrown vegetation. I know NIPSCO was recently restored, but the property appears in very bad shape.
Was the property in compliance with town ordinances?
No.
What town ordinance violations did you find?
Failure to maintain, that's 14-302.
Was a citation ever issued?
Yes, sir.
When?
August 18th, 2025.
Now, was an order given from the building commissioner?
Yes, sir.
When?
September 2nd, 2025.
And what was that order?
To do a title search?
For the order?
Notice to repair or demolish?
Thank you. Was there an effort to identify all park property owners and anybody with a substantial property interest?
Yes, sir.
How was that done?
Title search?
Thank you. And was notice given to all known owners and others with a substantial property interest?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When was that notice sent?
September 2nd?
Okay, I'll note to the hearing committee that today is September 18th, 2025, and the notice of today's hearing, the building commissioner's order was provided on September 2nd and was made before 10 days of today's hearing. Also direct the hearing committees to the affidavit publication that's in the packet marked as Exhibit A. Publication of this hearing was made on September 8th and September 15th, each a week apart, and the last publication ran 3 business days before today's hearing. Has the homeowner ever contacted you?
No.
Do you have any communication with any of the homeowners or anybody with substantial property interest regarding this property?
No, sir.
Okay. What is your recommendation to this property?
For the house to become compliant.
Okay. No further questions.
Anybody have any questions of Building Commissioner Horka?
Has the town had tried to maintain this property under any circumstances with mowing the grass, anything like
I
that?
believe the town has moved.
What occurred when they tried to mow that?
They found garbage and debris in the yard, so they couldn't we sent them a mowing letter that it needed to be done in June, early June, June 10th.
How many complaints have you received on this property?
More than I can count.
Has the owner of the property communicated with anybody in town that you're aware of, or you?
No one has communicated with me. If anyone else has had communications, I have not been made aware.
And are we certain that the owner of the property is the one that is on the title search?
To my, yes. to the best of
Okay,
my
that's the
knowledge.
same people, or same individual we've been speaking with.
On that, you've left notice at the house, correct, of the problems?
They have received notice. I've mailed notice, certified return.
If we've left it at the,
All right, and do we know where the current owners of the property reside?
I believe they've passed away.
Okay, do we know who would be the heirs of the property?
I believe their daughter lives directly behind that property. She has a full fax address.
And has anybody made any attempt to contact the daughter?
I have not.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions or suggestions on how to proceed?
I think my suggestion would be we try that last contact. If that doesn't, in 60 days, we move to proceed on the property.
And I would even look, maybe bump that to 30 days.
30 days, I didn't know if you wanted to have a hearing in 30 days. with
If
that, but I think
if
that's
we have a meeting, we can continue it. If we don't have a meeting, it'll be 60 days, but I think let's put that on the agenda for 30 days. We need to make a very good attempt to contact whoever would be the owner of the property, first of all.
But I think this is definitely a nuisance property. I've
Yep.
personally heard numerous complaints of this.
So I'd be inclined to set a motion to begin the order of demolition at this meeting, but I think maybe we can wait 30 days then.
I think that's a good plan. I just went with the 60 originally because we were there,
Yeah.
but I think we're at that point to where we set it for 30 days and make notice when we reach out to that possible next of kin and set another notice that we will be proceeding with demolition at the 30 days.
Yep, well, let's make every attempt possible to contact them and document what those attempts were.
To motion for 30 days on the table.
Oh, I'll second.
Motion and second, continue for 30 days. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. The 1201 Wheeler is continued for 30 days. Any other business in front of the committee?
None here.
All right, this